are on our next day adventure in Petit Jean State Park, and we are going to take a little bike ride up to the Mather Lodge, lock up our bikes, and then hike on the Cedar Falls Trail. It's finally stopped raining and it's supposed to be overcast, but no rain until tonight. So this is a really nice bike trail. It's about 1 mile and 3/4 from the camping area to the lodge. Petit Jean State Park was the first state park in Arkansas, and it is at top of Petit Jean Mountain, which is the tallest point in the state. The CCC Hike and Bike Trail, which connects the campground to Mather Lodge. It's a very well-maintained asphalt trail. Easy riding, not a lot of ups and downs, a few curves. This is kind of a nice park at the top of the mountain. It was a little harrowing to get in. You had to go along a very steep road with lots and lots of turns and curlicues in it, lots of squiggles. And when you leave, if you go out the main road, we were told there's a 14% grade, which we're not too thrilled with. You have to get down out of the mountain somehow, I suppose. I'm glad I have my e-bike instead of pedaling, but it is quite pedalable, even with a regular bike. We saw a gentleman in a motorized wheelchair enjoying the trail. And the lady at the visitor center said that there are a lot of people who take strollers on this trail because it really is nice. So this is access to the Cedar Creek Trail that direction. We should be coming up pretty soon to first the overlook, and then right after that to the lodge. So we stopped here on the turnoff towards the lodge to check out the CCC water tower. Not sure how this worked, but
it doesn't work too well with the door.
Well, maybe there was a tank and this just enclosed it. Okay, so here we are at Petit Jean State Park. This is the lodge, and this is where we're going to pick up the trail that's going to take us to the base of Cedar Falls. Cedar Falls is a rain-fed waterfall. So you have to hope that there's been a lot of rain so that you have a really spectacular waterfall. Like so many waterfalls in the Midwest, they can dry up, especially in the dry season. We were told that they have had quite a drought in this area, so they're very thankful for the rain. But it's been raining almost nonstop for the past day and a half, so I think we should be in good shape. And this is the best view that you're gonna find. So here we are going down to the falls. The hardest part of this trail, according to the literature, is the first 1/4 mile, because the first 1/4 mile is down 200 steps cut into the rock trail. So we're following the red blazes. Right there, honey.
Trail is this way. There's the marker.
Yeah, right there. Down through there.
Down through there is where we're headed.
Interesting.
I see why this is now called strenuous.
I think that's what they were talking about with the regular stone stuff right here.
So the fun part is going to be coming back up this trail. So they are not kidding when they talk about how strenuous this is. And it's not necessarily strenuous as in it's hard on your body, it's just very treacherous because you have to be careful on the wet rocks. But you can see the little waterfalls. That rain that we have had has made this absolutely beautiful. So we're still on the trail to the base of the falls, and I think maybe we've come through the worst of the slippery rocks. And we have a little beautiful little cascade going down the side of the mountain. You know, the rain last night was quite spectacular, I guess, but it has made for a beautiful waterfall viewing, I think. So maybe it was a blessing in disguise. So now we have come to a bridge. I think we're getting closer to the falls. We can hear the falls. So here we've crossed the bridge and we come to a trail sign that says the Cedar Falls Trail is that direction, which is the direction we're going to take. There's also a canyon trail which goes that direction. So here we are headed to the falls, coming right along Cedar Creek. So according to the kids that passed us headed in the other direction, we are close to the falls, and the falls are pretty cool, and it's really loud. So we are on the right trail. Lots and lots of beautiful little streams and rocks. So every once in a while you pass a hillside of rock where there's water just pouring down into the creek below. This is one of the largest or tallest waterfalls in Arkansas. It's 95 feet tall. Okay, I think we're getting towards the end. It's starting to get louder and louder as we walk up the creek. So we had a beautiful view of the falls, very spectacular. And now we're headed back. So we have to hike along this very rocky trail, and then we get to the up part of the trail. So we crossed the bridge again, and now we're heading slightly up. Starting to feel the slight up, and we haven't even gotten to the steep part yet. And now we start up the 200 steps that we came down. And here we made it. Up the orange trail, back to the trailhead. So now we're riding back along the bike trail to the campground where we're going to hang out with Mark and Michelle. When we got to the lodge this morning, it was pretty empty. We got on the trail pretty easily. And I will say that now it is packed. The restaurant was packed. The gift shop was packed. There was a wedding going on at the Overlook, and there was not a place to be had in the parking lot. So we timed that right.